Good morning. Ooh, cool. Good morning. Let's get more texturing going here. Bondo, don't fail me now. Just kidding. It's not failing me at all. It's been good. Pouring out some of this. There we go. Cap it. All right. Let's get the stippling. We're going to start with the feet. I need one of you. Hey, Tony. Good morning. What's going on, brother? Nothing too much. Just finished walking the dog and feeding her breakfast. Nice. And how's the doggo doing? Getting to the point where um, fewer bathroom mistakes. Need to bend these wires out. Quick read here. She's doing pretty good. I think we are down to the learn to not jump on people and to not get up on the counters and so. Oh yeah, especially the stove. Geez, yeah. I'm gonna likely have to use a different brush on some of this in a second. Give me a second. Memo to self. I probably can just do this in smaller segments. I mean, don't put that as much Bondo. Oh, and to leave the cats alone, but that will come in time. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Let's pick out a different brush. Let's see if this works. I'm trying to go around a detail here. I think I'm going to leave that one, some of this stuff uncast. But I'm now using a lighter brush, which may create more or less of a stippling issue. Not sure yet. Let's see what it looks like. Anyway, Tony, question. Have you been able to return to the Kshatriya yet, or are you still indisposed? Yeah, that ain't bad. It's a combination of both these brushes, I think, is going to work just fine. All right. All roughened up. That back there, I'm going to leave that backside open like that. And I don't care how rough it looks because ultimately it won't matter. So doctor released me from his care with my hand yesterday. So that is new. That is good. So I'm going to get the shoulders built today, and I'm thinking of working on the arms. Nice. I love it. Happy to hear that. Well, this is just looking, this is first step. And so far it is looking good. Now, once it's all dry, tomorrow I'll start with the sanding and cleanup. But I do like, actually, I'm going to start using a combination of these two brushes. I'm finding that both of them together give me the effect that I want. All right, we're going to leave this here. Let's do this. That doesn't matter. They're flagged already. There. There's one. One thing I'm going to try to do is try to clean the brushes in between, and hopefully that won't be problematic. Hey, Ray, good morning. I think what ends up happening is that stuff starts to build up inside the brushes, and then that becomes a problem. That, there's just the bristles start to splay out and they fill up. And once that happens, it gets a lot harder to be able to stipple the way you want or to put enough material on the brush. So frequent cleaning is probably going to be a good thing. The other thing is also just not to put down as much of this stuff. What's going on, Ray? Yeah, got to clean a bit in between the layers. Yeah. Just that way, because what happens is because of that splayed brush, as you start to stipple it, it starts to push stuff up into the bristles, and then it doesn't unload as much as you want. Okay, give those a moment to dry. Leave that there. Let's get the other foot set up. Unbend my wires a little bit. Gives me access to the tops here. Unbending them allows me to get into this area right up there. Just woke up. I need coffee. Yeah. Speaking of, thank you, Ray. I'm going to do another hit. All right. Let's go to the next one, shall we? Shite. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on. That's better. Yeah, mostly better. I have to turn the heat on. It's chilly this morning. Yeah. 35 degrees is what my thermometer outside attached to our house is saying. Yeah, I may have to do the same. Get to what my tank says here. Okay. Let's hit this one. Oops. I think we're going to do this in a couple of different steps. Excuse me a second, guys. Sorry for the reach. I apologize. Let's open up some of that stuff there so we can get in. Yeah, it's starting to cool off for sure. Going to have to switch to long pants. One of our sales guys and My project manager usually like that. They'll wear shorts until the bitter cold, and it's like, "Oh, man, I can't do that." My thermostat is at or below 60 inside. I'm turning it on. Yeah. I haven't even checked mine. All right, let's do this. Give me a second, guys. Be right there. It is funny. I had my Carhartt coat on with shorts walking the dog this morning. Carhartt coat. Yeah. That would definitely be an interesting look. The hot and cold look. It's interesting that you do lose a little bit of detail. I'm going to go around that the other way with the smaller brush. You do lose a lot of quite a bit of detail, obviously, as you're covering it up. We're talking a little bit about that yesterday with a couple of armatures that are attached to the skirts. At the same time, I guess it really doesn't matter. I mean, I'm assuming cast texturing wasn't something that you did to get fine detail, or casting wasn't something done that, at least in large scope, kind of like if we're thinking about casting of armor from like the World War II type of thing, it was fast and um, one solid piece rather than bolting stuff together. But again, I don't know what the history of it is, but that would be sort of my take on it. If I am, who cares what you look like, just as long as the dogs get out the pot. Exactly. Oh, hell yeah. My kids, every now and then, they're like, why are you going out in pajama shorts in the morning to put out the garbage? Because it's morning and I haven't gotten dressed yet. 1 second. I don't care what I look like in the morning. I mean, if I'm dressing like that going to work, that's another conversation. There we go. That's better. Hey, Tom. Good morning. Guys, give me a second. I'll be right there. Tom, how you doing, brother? Come on. Thank you. Stab myself in the eye here. All right, we're going to now use this brush to stipple on the rest of it. Guys, I apologize. Give me a moment. I just want to get this stuff done, this area done before I stop, because this the brushes are starting to dry a little bit. Let's do a little bit of cleanup there in a second. Yeah, guys, I apologize. Give me another moment. Just want to get this done. The good thing is, if you get a little heavy-handed with this stuff, it's not going to matter, because a lot of it's just going to get sanded down anyway, right? Almost there, guys. Okay. I'll also have to clean some of that out with a chisel later. Okay, there we go. That foot is now done too. I'm leaving that back section undone, and that's perfectly fine. All right, let's see what we got here. And I apologize, guys. It's dark anyway, so who's going to see it? Who cares what you look like? Yep. Finished snapping the marasai. Wow, that was fast. Good morning, Tom. Nick, what's going on, brother? Nick, how's your wife doing? I have an MG Marasai resin conversion kit I started 3 years ago and never got back to it. Just remind I need to finish that at some point. Nice. That looks good like that, Jordan. It looks good. This is a good start. And then, like I said, once you get the sanding done, it'll just bring down, it'll bring down a lot of that excessive peakiness. But I'm happy with the results so far. Yeah. Sorry. I think I do need to get some kind of an extractor here. Okay, there's that one. Oh, I'm also owner of an RE100 Nightingale. Ooh. Did that come to you by accident, or did you purchase that? By the way, I did buy a couple of P-Bandai things couple days ago on their with the shipping discount. I figured, why not? There were a few things that I did want. The wife is pretty torn up about it. It was her favorite. Yeah, still, yeah. Well, that pain don't go away anytime soon, right, Nick? Our my kid's first was it her first? No, it wasn't. God, when did is it her first? Yeah. Our my wife's and my second cat, and our kid's first cat, particularly my older daughter. Her name was Nani. Nani? God, this is how long it's been. She's been gone now for God, a decade. And we still have our little box of ashes in our just sitting upstairs. One of these days we'll do something with it. I look at that and it's like I remember her. She was a great cat. Traveled with us a lot when my wife and I was just newly married, right before we had kids. His names are still not shown in guest Sir Moshi. Yes, that is correct. Sir Moshi is Tony. Sam Munderson is Tom. I bought it. Nice. No, it doesn't. Yeah, right. And left with questions is always Nick. I'm sorry, that really sucks, and I understand that pain of loss. Yeah, of your pets. Yeah, because Tony, you just went through that as well. And frankly, we got our oldest cat, Daisy, right now. I think she's doing all right. She can be sprightly sometimes, but she's getting to that point where also she's just it's like all of us, right? Getting old sucks, guys. Yeah, YouTube is messing up a lot lately with the names in chat. So that wasn't a George making a change on the settings, right? That was a YouTube thing. You guys are seeing this elsewhere too, correct? Let me know. All right, now let's move on to we could go to the big kahuna now. I am going to texture just the surface of this thing. These guys and the surface. That, none of this, and none of that is going to get textured. And 4 cats now. Whew. And how many dogs? I still have 10 years before that happens. Cat is only 4 years old and still loving you. Someone hit a wrong key in the code and it gets messed up. Yeah, probably. That certainly sounds like probably what happened. Okay. I think trying to figure just the best way to hold this thing while I'm doing texturing. I think what I could do with this, guys, is just do it sort of in 2 halves. Do the back half, let it dry, and then tomorrow turn it around so I can hold it and do the other side. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do half of it today. All right, let's stir up the Bondo. Yeah, and tomorrow I think also when I do Bondo, I will remember to not lay down nearly as much. This stuff does tend to dry pretty quickly. And Ray asked a question a couple days ago. This is the air dry stuff, right? And the answer is yeah. All right. Going to try to preserve as many of the details on the surface as possible. If I lose a couple, I'm not going to cry too much because ultimately that's all right. Just one dog, yeah. Ugh, that's going to suck. Anyway, happy Thursday, everybody. Nick, is today the day you're going in? It's test day. Yep, it is test day. Yay! Getting excited? Sorry, guys. Let me just get a little further along on this. I think the question is, will I texture the underside here? Likely. I'm going to do that with a smaller brush. I think I'm going to have to get some more Bondo. This stuff is starting to get a little harder to work with now. Yeah, let's get the other brush. Yeah, I'm ready for a new start and a much better pay. Amen to that, brother. New start and more pay. Nick, how long have you been at your current place? Something tells me we met. I'm going to get on the underside here too a little bit just to give it a little bit more completed feel as well. How long you been there? Something tells me that when I first met you, you were working elsewhere, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we're going to be changing out the Bondo in a little bit here. Sorry, guys. Give me another second here. This stuff is starting to dry fast. I at least want to get this area done. I'm going to have to clean my brushes again. Yeah, we're going to start laying down much less Bondo. I thought this stuff had a longer drying time than it does, and it doesn't. So give me 1 second here. Turn this thing around. Try to hold it from an edge here. And then I have a technical question to ask. Okay, there we go. Hey, Seb. What's going on, brother? Just shy of 3s. Yeah, so I did. So you'll this will be number 3, hopefully. Awesome. Awesome. And moved to this job right after Mavis was born. Yep. Doing very well, Seb. Doing very well. And hope you're doing well too. All right, guys. Texturing on the outside. The question is, do you get texturing on the inside? I don't know what Nick is going to say. I'd like to, and it's not because I don't want to add more work. I mean, does it make sense? I'm assuming that entire piece is cast. Maybe it was actually just a bent piece of metal, and maybe I shouldn't have even cast it, but I wanted to. Probably had 2 big trees coming down this week. Just noticed them last night. Ooh. Texture the whole kit. Now, you can't texture the whole kit. Want me to texture the cat too while I'm at it? Doing fine. Still 2 night shift to do before paid leave, and finally some proper rest. Nice. Seb, what do you have plans for your proper rest? What are you going away, or are you just going to be as we say here in the United States, staycationing, staying at home and vacationing? Flock the cat. I knew somebody was going to say flock the cat. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I will not be flocking the cat. And that sounds disgusting, by the way. Yeah, texture the cat also. Okay, yeah, skip that. I'm moving on. How much time I got? Oh, I got about 15 minutes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Cat should definitely have texture, maybe not cast, but texture. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to texture the cat, but I think what I might do is I might try to get a paint job on it that makes it look like that's the case. Remember, at 1/20th scale, it's kind of hard to see. Well, maybe it's not hard. Maybe it'll be somewhat hard to see. Flock the cat. You guys are awful. Glue on individual cat hairs. I could do that too. Not. Yeah, not going to happen. Okay, let's close this stuff up. Ugh. I'm sure my lungs are like, what the fuck are you doing to us today? Oh, Jesus. All right, give me a second here, guys. It just got awfully liquidy. It just dripped. I'm sure this stuff is doing wonders for my lungs. There we go. Stuff reminds me of oil paint, actually. Very interesting. Cover the cat in PVC. I second the flocking. Of course you do. Cover the cat in PVC glue and dust it with dust that car modelers do that make carpet textures. That would look good. I might. I doubt it, but I might. Yeah, we'll be stay-at-home program. We'll be sleep, eat, game a little outing around town, and Halloween party. Nice. This video is going to get flagged saying flock the cat so much. Oh, probably. Check that. All right, let's get more texturing done. We're going to texture the inside of this now. Man, it's just holding it in place that's going to be hard. Well, fuck me. It's the good thing I'm doing this on the inside. This stuff here is now decided it's really runny. Got to get to some of the really thicker stuff. Give me a second, guys, please. Oh, this is interesting. This is very runny on the inside. Hmm. And mix a little of the two of the old and the new. See if this helps at all. Let it dry a little bit, and then I'll probably hit it up with this. Hit it up with the brush again. Let it tack. Yeah, this stuff here is so thin. Let's see. This video is going to get flagged. Yep. Here we'll call that being stay at home. Garden Cour. We call it. Oh, really? Garden Cour being a local language. Oh, really? Is it sort of like a dialect within French? I'm curious about this. I studied French in junior high through 8th grade. I'm sorry, through 10th grade. 4 years. I can pick up a few things here and there. That was the air dry type, right? Yeah, this is the air dry type. But here's the thing. If you take a look at the palette, see how it's just like all running now? I must have gotten to some really juicy stuff, which is fine because ultimately just let it dry a little bit and then you can stipple it like this. Not a problem. Yeah, now it's all set. Okay, so we're going to just do the front one now, and then we're going to start working on the front here. Yeah, because it's already starting to dry out a little bit, which is good. Well, did you squish the tube up well to him? To him it some? I don't. Not sure I understood that, Nick. Sorry. Yeah, in French we call the patois language being spoken just in part of French. Yeah, the patois. Yeah, there we go. The patois. I love it. I love languages. Someday I'll tell you sort of George's philosophy on why there are so many. Oh yeah, this is good. Sorry guys, give me a little moment here. Oh, yeah, stick. Help mix it. The phone just throwing up whatever word it wants to today. I love it. Yeah, don't you hate when that happens? But the local language and word tend to disappear, being replaced by the youngster new invented word. Yeah, again, the evolution of language, right? How much time? Doesn't matter. I'm not going to stop at this point. This is good. I'm going to work on this until it gets done. So last night, continuing on with my trend of watching Hong Kong action classics, I watched City on Fire by Ringo Lam, which, if anybody knows anything about that film, it is one of the films that inspired Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. Like, highly. Like, if you watch the ending of it, it's like, oh, yeah, definitely. Let's see. The person who invented autocorrect can sick my duck. Yeah, that person can duck right. Duck right off. Exactly. Channeling his inner Flux Pavilion. Nice. Don't be so mean to the duck. Well, some young one, not properly write or speak in French, even though it's their maternal language. Yet you still haven't watched UHF. Sorry. Priorities. All right. We are getting damn close to having to, I'm going to clean off the brush in just a second here. Since I've now overfilled the gap here, I don't want to do that. I have to open that up later. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm going to set this down. Let's clean the brush. I'm staying on until this front side is textured. I have to. Tom gets an attaboy. Attaboy. I don't know if it's me. Well, some people think like me, but the younger generation tend to become dumber and dumber. I feel we're going toward a future like an Idiocracy movie. The only challenge I would say to that, Seb, and I don't think you're wrong. I think we're definitely, first of all, Idiocracy is a brilliant movie. Not incredibly well made, but really like hits the mark. I think we're absolutely moving in that direction, but I wouldn't blame just the young. I think the younger are forgetting, and that's why we're getting to this state. But yes, I think we're certainly moving in that direction. My life is complete when I get race acknowledgement. Nice. I'm going to use a smaller brush to get into certain areas now. Fast game minute, please. Damn it. Let's see. Yeah, the younger. Will do nothing to stop that or not enough. Exactly. Idiocracy isn't even a young person issue. That's generally was the two people was like in his 50s. He was more interested in the pimp life. Oh, I think you might have missed the point of the movie then, Tom. I need to get it on the marketplace today for some old kits. I need more room for projects. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna very quickly try to scrape away some of this excess stuff I got here. So I'll have to deal with it later. Wow. This stuff is definitely sticking to the surface. That's for damn sure. Maybe I don't remember the whole movie. I watched it a long time ago. Yeah, it's been a few years for me too, but it will be rewatched again. I'm just trying to find time to watch it again. RC planes, Tom. RC planes. Let's go back to this brush. Sorry, guys. We're almost done, actually. We got maybe another quarter of a side to do. But we're getting there. I'm going to do this one over here. This one shoulder piece here. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. Apologies. I use it like once a year. Nice. Mucho water. You can always use Vaseline to mask where you don't want the Bondo to stick. It's a good thing to know. I did not know that, but that makes sense. Well, let's watch a short video explaining what might have happened if the Alexander Lab wasn't destroyed in the possible future. Ooh, that sounds kind of fascinating, Seb. What was that on? I would watch that. Watching the chilling adventures of Sabrina. Pass on that. It's a lot of progress. It's pretty good. Sucks. Stupid Netflix canceled it, of course. Said that sounded like an interesting watch. It does, doesn't it? See, that's the kind of stuff I like to watch. Informative stuff like that. There we go. Love watching stuff like that. Oops, got a little heavy. The palette here is starting to move around a lot. Was it the Alexandria Library? The library at Alexandria. Yeah. I think it was on YouTube, but not sure. Yeah. Yeah, it explained how fast it would have developed because we wouldn't have needed to rediscover a lot of things. Interesting. Also, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's something I might have to look into. All right, we're almost done here, fellas. Yeah, just for until this is done. Like I said, I just want to get the side done. I've spent all this time fixing these joints earlier, these areas, this area where these two parts came together, only to see now that I guess I really didn't need to, because I'm literally going to be texturing right up to it. Oof, this is going to be fun. Trying to get into this one area right here. Oops. Tom, it's an old library. Was it burned down? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You never heard of the Library of Alexandria? One of the seven wonders of the ancient world, if memory serves, and it was lost in a. I don't think it was an intentionally set fire, if I'm correct. It was the place where literally it was one of the world's greatest collection at the time of writings. Gone. I have no idea how I'm going to get in there without Yeah, fuck it. Let me clean this brush off. Try this in a different way. It's packing up so much now. It was burned down. Got to use the punctuation. Fire. Yeah. It contained information from the whole world, the known world at the time, exactly. It's interesting because I believe, I mean, I don't know the exact history, but it kind of makes sense. There was a time when they were starting to collect all of this. You know, there was a thought of we need to start collecting a lot of this knowledge and putting it places where people can get access to it. And of course, when you do that, there is always the potential for bad shit, i.e., fire. This is going to have to get somewhat done tomorrow, too. Trying to get into these nooks and crannies underneath this gun. Again, I didn't plan on texturing at the time, so I didn't really plan for letting this stuff kind of get in here. I should say I didn't fully plan on texturing. But that area also will likely not be seen very much, so I'm okay with some of that not looking great. I just need a little bit of some of the juicier stuff just to get in there. There. Okay. I think we're done. So that right there, the entire front side has now been textured. I'll work on the back tomorrow. Hey, Dwayne, good morning. That's my new mask with Vaseline. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely, you know what? And that's not a bad idea. Tomorrow I might do that. With the smaller brush, I'm getting into places. It's just, yeah, to your point, I probably could have done a better job going in there. And I think we can definitely do that with maybe doing some Vaseline. Let me see, I got to go get some. I don't think I have any. Around that edging, I'll be doing a weld bead. But so far, it's looking good. All right. We're going to leave that there. Let's start cleaning up. Hi. Been lurking. Oh, I see. Lurking, just kind of hiding in the shadows, waiting for me to say something stupid, huh? I mean, it's not going to take very long. It's a good word, Dwayne. For car body work. Yes. Yep. Or scale modeling. I'm not sure if it was invented for cars. Sure is, Tom. Bondwood's brand name of filler plastic. He's using glazing putty. I don't even know what the hell's a glazing putty. I have no fucking clue. Soloing the kids until Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. So did Don and Brian take off already and you're just going to meet them there on Saturday? There we go. Glazing putty sounds like some I think I am gonna have to get something down here for these chemicals, man. I'm sure I'm giving myself I'm shortening my life expectancy with all this chemical shit. It's just a finger grit for finishing work. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Glazing Putty sounds more like the clay work. Yeah, they're on the road as of this morning. Yeah. Oh, snap. You're on past 7. I am. And now I'm calling it a day because I do have to get ready for work. The good thing is I'm not in a rush to get anywhere this morning, so that's a good thing. But with that, finer, not finger. Yeah. It's less porous and smoother than regular filler putty. Interesting. Wear a mask. Yeah, may just have to. Or just get an extractor. I can fire up. I got a fan back here, or I can fire up a filter fan. All right, my friends, time for me to roll. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. Nick, all the best today, brother. Looking forward to hearing some awesome news from you soon. So, guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Seb, take it easy. Good to see you again. It's been a little while. Later, Tom. Have a great day. Tony, yep, you too. Have a great day, everyone. Dwayne, you too as well. The air dry is not as bad as the 2-part. Thank God. I can definitely feel it a little bit, so I'm glad I'm stepping away. Anyway, guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It's a crazy world, mixed up world, messed up world, but it's up to us to try to make it better at the local level. Show kindness, respect, and love for people, and just do right. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day. Love you all, and peace.